These people were giants, Tony said. He waved up at the towering ruin before them. They built on such a scale, their ideas were so absolute and universal. Paula said, they were fascists. You can't have everything. She scuffed her feet over the pavement, 2,000 years old, seamed with moss. She had never been good at history. Down the wide, straight street, a man in a white hat leaned back to take a snapshot of the ruins. Paula went down the steps and turned to look up at the building. On the frieze above the doors, stone masks hung, labeled. She tried to make out the lettering. B-R-A... Haven't you ever been here before? Tony said. He came up behind her, his hands in his pants pockets. Once, when I was little, my mother brought me. We had ice creams afterward. Why was everything so large? She shaded her eyes to see the letters. M-A-N-T-E. She would have to look it up. What was it used for? A museum? A library? Something like that. She looked around them. Both sides of the street were lined with ruins. Opposite, a wall still stood upright, the windows worn soft and round with age. I don't like it, she said. It's arrogant. You're very provincial. She grunted at him. They went along the street. Her footsteps rang noisily after her off the ruined walls. The pavement was hard and her legs hurt. Other people strolled around, their heads tilted back. On the street corner, a woman sat painting at an easel. Tony went straight toward her. Paula ambled after him. Opposite the museum, green vines swallowed the last remaining wall of another building. The yellow tongues of Sweet Mary reached out to the light. She veered across the pavement and picked one flower and sucked it for the trace of honey. She would have an ice cream on the way home. Voices here traveled far. Perhaps the stone carried them. She could hear people talking in the next street. She went up beside Tony. He stood next to the painter, his face pursed. Amused, she watched him put his head this way and that to see the picture from different angles. He was really a critic, not a writer at all. He knew every pose. The lighting presents an interesting problem, he said. The woman wiggled her brush in a muddy cup of water. The dome light changes from day to day, almost from hour to hour.